Have you ever felt stuck because you were waiting for someone to support you, to guide you, or to join you on your journey? Many of us wait for the perfect partner, friend, or opportunity before taking a step forward. But the problem is that life does not wait. Waiting for others often leads to missed opportunities, wasted time, and frustration. In this video, we are going to solve that problem. You will learn how to move forward alone, with courage, conviction, and self-reliance, even when nobody is beside you. The first and most important step to moving forward alone is embracing solitude. Many people fear being alone. They believe that without someone by their side, life will feel empty, their journey impossible, or their decisions uncertain. But solitude is not a weakness. It is a hidden source of power. When you are alone, you have the rare opportunity to look inward, to understand your mind, your heart, and your deepest desires. This self-reflection is often impossible in the noise of constant companionship. Think of solitude as a training ground for the mind and the soul. When you are alone, you are forced to face your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities head-on. You cannot hide behind someone else's decisions, opinions, or energy. You learn to confront challenges without external validation. You learn that your inner strength is enough to overcome obstacles. This is a profound realization because most people spend their lives relying on others for direction, courage, or motivation, never discovering the immense power they already possess. Solitude also provides clarity. When you are alone, your thoughts are not influenced by the noise of others. You can weigh your options carefully, set goals aligned with your values, and plan your path without compromise. Decisions made in solitude are often the most authentic and effective because they come from a place of deep understanding and self-awareness. Many of the world's most successful people attribute their breakthroughs to periods of solitude. It is in these moments that creativity sparks, ideas take shape, and visions for the future become clear. When you are alone, you start to understand your own rhythm, your own pace, and the kind of effort that truly moves you forward. You learn that the world does not owe you companionship or guidance, and that waiting for someone else often delays your growth. Embracing solitude does not mean rejecting people or becoming isolated. It means learning to enjoy your own company, to value your own judgment, and to trust yourself enough to take steps forward even when the road feels uncertain. In solitude, you discover the courage to take responsibility for your life, to pursue your dreams relentlessly, and to walk the path that is meant for you step by step without relying on anyone else to lead the way. Solitude is strength, not loneliness. It is the foundation upon which self-reliance, resilience, and personal growth are built. When you embrace it, moving forward alone becomes not a burden, but a source of empowerment, clarity, unshakable confidence. The second key to moving forward alone is taking full responsibility for your life. When you rely on others, it's easy to blame them when things don't go as planned. You might say, if only they had supported me, I would have succeeded. Or if only I had someone guiding me, life would be easier. But the truth is, waiting for someone else to carry you forward keeps you stuck. Real growth begins when you stop blaming circumstances or people and accept that your life is in your hands. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that your actions, decisions, and habits shape your results. No one else is accountable for your failures or your successes, only you are. This realization can feel heavy at first, but it is also deeply liberating. When you embrace responsibility, you are no longer a victim of circumstance. You gain control, power, and clarity. Your life is no longer dictated by what others do or fail to do. It is directed by your own choices and intentions. Responsibility also strengthens discipline. When you move forward alone, you cannot procrastinate or wait for someone else to motivate you. You become your own guide, your own coach, your own cheerleader. Every step you take, every decision you make, becomes exercise in self-accountability. Over time, this discipline transforms into resilience. You learn that you have the ability to face challenges head-on, without relying on external validation or support. Moreover, taking responsibility cultivates empowerment. You stop feeling helpless in difficult situations. Instead of thinking, I can't do this alone, you begin to ask, how can I solve this? What resources or skills do I already have to move forward? You learn to trust your capabilities and develop creative solutions. This mindset shift is what separates those who wait for life to happen to them from those who actively create the life they want. Consider a small example. Imagine a person who wants to start a new project but is waiting for someone to collaborate with. Weeks pass, months pass, and nothing moves forward. Now imagine the same person deciding to take full responsibility starting the project alone, learning as they go, adjusting mistakes, and growing through experience. By the end, they are not just closer to success, they are stronger, more confident, and self-reliant. Taking responsibility transforms not just outcomes but character. Ultimately, moving forward alone is an act of courage. Accepting responsibility is an acknowledgement that your journey is yours alone. You cannot rely on others to carry you, guide you, or validate your efforts. The power lies within you to take charge, to act, and to persist, regardless of who is beside you or who is absent. When you take full responsibility for your life, you realize that moving forward alone is not a weakness. It is the most powerful path to freedom. Growth and personal victory, the third step in moving forward alone, is learning to rely on yourself first. Many people wait for someone to guide them, support them, or tell them what to do. They hope for external validation or assistance before taking action. But life rarely offers perfect conditions, and waiting for them only delays progress. The truth is that the most reliable person in your journey is you. When you learn to depend on your own abilities, intuition, and judgment, you become unstoppable. Self-reliance begins with trusting your mind, your instincts, and your capacity to learn from mistakes. It's about believing that even if the path is uncertain, you have what it takes to navigate it. Every decision you make alone, every challenge you face without support, strengthens your confidence. You start to understand that waiting for someone else's approval or help is optional, not necessary. The more capable you become alone, the more independent and empowered you feel. Consider the lessons that solitude teaches. When you rely on yourself, you confront your fears, doubts, and limitations directly. You learn your strengths and weaknesses, your preferences, and your priorities. You discover what drives you and what hinders you. This self-knowledge is invaluable because it allows you to make decisions aligned with your goals, values, and purpose, rather than being influenced by others. Reliance on yourself also encourages resourcefulness. When support is not available, you learn to innovate, adapt, and find solutions. You stop seeing obstacles as dead ends and start viewing them as challenges to overcome. Every small success achieved independently builds momentum, reinforcing your belief in your ability to succeed. Self-reliance is a skill, and like any skill, it grows stronger with practice. Another important aspect of relying on yourself is emotional independence. People who move forward alone often face criticism, doubt, or lack of encouragement from others. If you are emotionally dependent on external validation, these reactions can derail your progress. But when you trust yourself and rely on your inner compass, you remain steady, focused, and motivated regardless of external circumstances. Think of it like learning to walk. When a child first walks, they often hold someone's hand. But the moment they let go and take steps on their own, they discover strength, balance, and confidence. Moving forward in life is similar. Initially, support may be helpful, but real growth happens when you take the first steps alone. The more you practice self-reliance, the more resilient and capable you become, ready to face any challenge that comes your way. Relying on yourself first does not mean isolating from others or refusing help when necessary. It means recognizing that your journey is ultimately yours to navigate. Others can accompany you, advise you, or inspire you, but your progress depends on your own courage, effort, and determination. The habit of self-reliance ensures that even in the absence of guidance or support, you can continue moving forward with confidence. Clarity and unwavering focus, the final key to moving forward alone is learning to trust the process and keep going. When you walk a path without someone holding your hand, it can feel uncertain, slow, and even frightening. You may question your decisions, wonder if you're making the right choice, or feel discouraged when progress seems minimal. But the essence of moving forward alone is faith in the journey, believing that consistent effort, patience, and perseverance will ultimately lead you to your destination. Trusting the process means understanding that life has its own timing. Growth, success, and transformation rarely happen overnight. There will be moments when the results of your effort are invisible. There will be days when it feels like nothing is changing. But every small step, every decision made with intention adds up. Even when the path is unclear, your persistence builds momentum that eventually propels you forward in ways you may not immediately see. Moving forward alone also requires embracing discomfort. It is natural to seek comfort in familiar routines, in companionship, or in external validation. But growth rarely occurs in comfort zones. By trusting the process, you accept that struggle, effort, and uncertainty are part of the journey. These challenges are not obstacles to your progress. They are the very mechanism through which you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Each step you take alone, even when it's difficult, is an investment in your future self. Faith in the process also cultivates patience. When you rely solely on yourself, you realize that there are no shortcuts. No one else can rush your growth or magically solve your problem. You learn to focus on what you can control: your effort, attitude, and actions, rather than obsessing over outcomes or timelines. Patience does not mean inactivity. It means committed, consistent action, even when results are not immediate. This combination of effort and patience is what ultimately leads to lasting progress. Another critical aspect of trusting the process is learning to celebrate small wins. Moving forward alone can feel lonely or overwhelming, but every small achievement is proof that you are capable. By acknowledging these victories, you reinforce your motivation, build confidence, and maintain momentum. Each success becomes a stepping stone, reminding you that even in solitude, progress is happening and your journey is meaningful. Finally, trust in the process allows you to embrace uncertainty without fear. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the absence of a companion or guide can amplify this feeling. But when you trust yourself, your skills, and the path you've chosen, uncertainty becomes an invitation to grow rather than a source of anxiety. You learn that moving forward alone is not a risk to fear, but an opportunity to build resilience, independence, and inner strength. When you combine awareness, responsibility, self-reliance, and trust in the process, you create a mindset that is unstoppable. Moving forward alone becomes not a burden, but a powerful journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. You realize that the only thing truly necessary for progress is your willingness to keep taking steps, no matter who's beside you. As we wrap up, remember this: life will not always have someone walking beside you. There will be moments when you must take the next step alone, face uncertainty, and push forward without guidance or support. But moving alone is not a weakness. It is a sign of courage, strength, and self-reliance. By embracing solitude, taking responsibility for your actions, relying on yourself first, and trusting the process, you build a mind and spirit that are unshakable. Challenges may still come, setbacks may still occur, and the path may feel uncertain, but each step you take alone strengthens your confidence, resilience, and independence. Every small action, every moment of perseverance brings you closer to your goals and your true potential. Remember, the journey of moving forward alone is a journey of self-discovery. It teaches you that the only person you truly need to depend on is yourself. Keep walking, keep believing, and keep moving forward, because when you force yourself to move forward alone, you discover a strength within you that can overcome anything.